Beowulf, fitt 23 in modern English. He saw then among the armour a victory-blessed weapon, an ancient giant-made sword, doughty of edge, the glory of warriors, choicest of weapons that, howbeit it was greater than any other man could carry to the battle-play, good and majestical, the work of giants. Then he, champion of the Scyldings, seized the ornamented hilt, swung the patterned blade, savage and fierce in battle, struck furiously, reckless of life, so that the sword smote her sharply on the neck and broke the bones. The blade cleft her doomed body through and through. On the floor she fell. The sword was gory, the man rejoiced in his work. A gleam flashed forth, light was diffused within, as when the candle of the firmament shines brightly from heaven. He gazed about the chamber, and then turned along the wall. Beowulf's thane, incensed and resolute, raised the weapon firmly by the hilt. The blade was not useless to the hero, for he wished at once to pay back Grendel for the many raids which he had made upon the West Danes, far oftener than at that one time, when he slew Hrothgar's hearth-companions in their slumber, ate 15 men of Danish race while sleeping, and bore off as many more, a hateful booty. He, wrathful warrior, had given him his reward for that, so that he now saw Grendel lying in his resting place, worn out with fighting, destitute of life, as he had been maimed erewhile in fight at Heorot. The body gaped wide when it met the blow, the lusty sword stroke after death, and Beowulf cut off his head. As soon as the clear-sighted followers who looked upon the mere with Hrothgar noticed that the surging water was all churned up, the lake stained with blood, the grey-haired veterans spoke together about the hero, saying that they did not expect the noble chief again, that he would come rejoicing in victory to seek their famous prince, for it seemed to many that the sea-wolf had destroyed him. Then came the 9th hour of the day. The brave Scyldings quitted the headland, the generous friend of man returned home from thence. The strangers sat down, sick at heart, and gazed upon the mere. They wished, but did not expect, that they should see their friend and lord again. Then the sword, the war-blade, began to waste away in gory fragments like icicles, by reason of the foeman's blood. It was a great marvel that it all melted, very like to ice, when the Father, he who has mastery of times and seasons, loosens the bond of frost, unwinds the flood ropes. He is the true Lord. He, Prince of the Geats, did not take more of precious objects in the caves, though he saw many there, than the head and the hilt besides, adorned with treasure. The sword was already melted, the damask's blade burnt up. So hot had been the blood, the fiend so poisonous, who had died in that place. Soon he was swimming, who had in the fray survived the onslaught of the foes. He swam upwards through the water. The swirling eddies, the broad expanses, were all purged when the alien spirit gave up the days of his life and this transitory world. Then came to land the seaman's chief, boldly swimming, and revelled in his lake booty, the mighty burden of those things which he had with him. Then the splendid band of followers went towards him. They thanked God, rejoiced in their Lord, that they could see him safe and sound. Then the helmet and the corslet were quickly loosened from the valiant one. The lake grew calm, the water beneath the clouds, stained with the blood of battle. Thence they went forth along the foot-worn tracks. Glad in their hearts, the men of kingly courage measured the country ways, the well-known roads. With difficulty for each one of those high heroes, they bore the head from off the sea-girt cliff. 4 of them had much trouble to bear into the princely hall the head of Grendel on the spear. So at last there came, presently advancing to the hall, 14 Geats, bold and warlike, and the lord of men among them, proud in the multitude, trod the meadows to the mead-hall. Then entered in the chief of the thanes, the man valiant in deeds, exalted with renown, the hero bold in battle, to greet Hrothgar. Then was Grendel's head borne by the hair onto the chamber floor where people drank, a fearful thing before the nobles and the queen with them, a wondrous spectacle. Men gazed upon it.